take care of home first. Home base where loan works in your favor. Keep your head down, keep patience, keep going. Keep something in the stash for the rain. Keep something in the glass for the pain. Keep up with the greatest alive with no budget. Yeah, smash through the game. I done seen life change right in front of my eyes, right in front of my building, right in front.
All right, what's up, guys? Back at you with another video on today. This is Raw Detroit. Make sure you hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell so that you'll be notified whenever we put up an upload. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. We've been talking about the Detroit Lions possibly going after a pass rush. Now, this is another guy that the Detroit Lions could go after, Azeez Ojulari. Definitely, man, very young, talented player. In 2024, currently he has 3 sacks. Right now, I think Azeez is backing up, if I'm correct, he might be backing up Kayvon Thibodeau. But Azeez can play, man. He definitely can play. He was drafted to the New York Giants probably about, 3-4 years ago, something like that, because I think his contract is going to be over after this season, though. But Kayvon Thibodeau got hurt, and he's out right now, and Azeez has been out there playing some phenomenal football for the Giants right now, but he has a career of 19 sacks, so he has some experience. And the Lions could possibly go out there a guy like this because, you know, you're going to be able to get a bargain with this type of guy because we know how Brad Holmes operates. I mean, it's nothing new, man. We already know that Brad Holmes is always going to be looking for the cheaper route. You know what I'm saying? How to get cheap talent. That's what Brad Holmes is looking for. And nothing is wrong with that. I'm going to say that for the record. Nothing is wrong with looking for cheap talent, but eventually you got to pay these guys. And I think a guy like Azeez, you can pay him. You don't have to break the bank for him. He's one of those guys that's young and talented and is still developing. And he's only going to get better. He's only 24 years old. And I definitely think that the Detroit Lions could bring somebody like Azeez Ojulari on the team. And he would be a guy that would fit with this team. You know, a guy that you can bring in that's young, only being 24 years old. I think he'll be 25 next season. A guy that you can groom. A guy that you can, you know what I'm saying, count on that he's going to bring it every time. You know, he probably needs to get a little bit better in the run as far as stopping the run. But he's really good at, you know what I'm saying, getting off the ball and getting to the quarterback. That's one thing that he's pretty good in. And his rookie season, man, he had like 8 sacks, man. So I don't see how he ended up not, you know, playing alongside Kayvon Thibodeau. Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeau should be playing alongside each other. But it looks like he's been on the bench, man. He's been chilling, you know. So definitely, man, he's a young, talented guy that the Lions could bring in at pass rush as well. This is one of the cheaper routes that the Lions could go if they don't go with a Hassan Reddick, because pretty much going out to Hassan Reddick it's gonna take a lot to go for Hassan Reddick, because pretty much if you go out to Hassan and you're able to get him, you're gonna have to pay him a new contract. And not only that, the Jets are gonna have to give up, which they was going to be giving up a 3rd round pick to the Eagles. They would have to give up a 2nd round pick if he goes to a NFC team. I believe if he goes to an AFC team, he'll be fine. But if he goes to an NFC team, then that means that the New York Jets was going to have to give up a 2nd round pick. So that means that the Lions are going to have to give up something valuable in order to get Hassan Reddick. You know, at least the Lions did call him. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what Brad Holmes has been up to, you know, on the phone lines and what type of guy he's trying to get in here. But definitely, man, Azeez Ojulari is one of those guys that you can bring in. He's a young guy that you can mold. And to me, this is a guy that they should have probably went after more so than getting a practice squad guy in Isaiah Thomas, because Azeez Ojulari has 19 career sacks. So he has the experience out on the football field. So if you want to go with a young guy, you go with a guy like this that has the experience. And then you can appreciate that as a fan. Like, okay, this kid got 19 sacks in his career. He's still a young guy. He's only 24 years old. Maybe we can get the best out of him. He's not even in his prime yet. So maybe this is a move that the Lions would like to pull. Now, I don't know if they would be able to get him right now from the Giants, because the Giants are without Kayvon Thibodeau right now. So maybe they may not want to give up Azeez, but I think if the offer is right and the Lions are giving up something pretty good to the New York Giants, then he would be a great guy that you can pick up and you can have him play along with Hutch. I think Azeez would be a great fit for the Detroit Lions. I think he'll be a culture fit. I know that the Lions like to always go after these culture fit guys and guys that fit the Detroit Lion mold, but at the same time, you need that guy that's going to be a dog. That's what the Lions need. They need another dog, just like Aiden Hutchinson is a dog. They need another dog on the other side to form that tandem, man. That's what you've been waiting on for the Detroit Lions for the last few years. The Lions know that they need a pass rush, and they've been trying to do everything to patch this thing up. But truthfully, man, you can't keep patching this thing up. You're going to have to attack it, and you're going to have to go out there and get you a guy, man, that can flat out ball and play. So he's a young guy that the Lions could mold and groom. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, going after him would be great. You don't have to break the bank to be able to get a guy like him. He does have the experience. More so than Isaiah Thomas does. And I would do it, man. You know what I'm saying? If I can't get the guys that I want, if I can't get the Crosbys of the world, if I can't get the Trey Hendrickson, the guys like that of the world, or, you know, even older Khalil Mack or whoever, man, it may be that the Lions is trying to get out there, you know, Hassan Reddick, whatever. If I can't get these guys, then I go with the youth movement, man. I go with a guy that's younger. I go with a guy that got a little experience, and this guy has 19 career sacks. So I'll be happy with that, man, because I know that this guy is not in his prime yet, and he is still developing as a pass rusher, so he's still raw. So that's something that you can definitely use in Detroit. Detroit is going to have to get a pass rush. I don't care when they get him. They're going to have to get another guy. Now, yes, the guys on the team can hold it down, but let's keep it 100, man. They haven't really been using James Houston the way they would normally use James Houston. You know, I don't know if the trust is going now with James Houston. I don't know what the issue is with James Houston is, but I'm just thinking, man, the Lions, you know, I know that Levi and Pascal has been doing their best playing defensive end for us or whatever, but you need a guy that can get to the quarterback, and you need a guy that's hungry. And a guy like Azeez is definitely going to be hungry, man, because he's going to be trying to shred his stuff, and especially when you're playing with a team like the Lions who has gotten better over the last few years, and they're looking for the missing pieces to the puzzle. And definitely I think that Azeez would be a great pickup for them because he's young. And then guess what? You know, you can sign Azeez to the roster, and then in the draft, you can still go and draft your young guy that you can shape and mold right after Azeez Ojulari. So I would love to see the Lions, if they went the cheap route, to go with Azeez Ojulari, a guy like him, because at least he does have the experience, and at least you know what he's going to give you out on the field, and that's nothing but 110% effort, because that's what you're going to need. If the Lions want to win a Super Bowl, they have to be better defensively. They got to be better defensively, and you got to be able to put pressure on other teams' quarterbacks, because when you get in the playoffs, you're going to be going against great quarterbacks in the playoffs. The Patrick Mahomes, the Lamar Jacksons, whoever it may be, you're going to be up against some competition when it comes to that QB spot and trying to get out the guy every single play. So we'll see, man, what the Lions are going to do, man. Leave it in the chat section. All right, guys, this is Raw Detroit signing out, and I'll be back to you soon. Peace.
Take care of home first. Home base where loan works in your favor. Keep your head down, keep patience, keep going. Keep something in the stash for the rain. Keep something in the glass for the pain. Keep up with the greatest alive with no budget. Yeah, smash through the game. I done seen life change right in front of my eyes. Right in front of my building. Right in front of my left. One step till I fly free, fall from the ceiling. Hit the pavement running, 9 lives. But I'm a K9, and all of my dogs got the same mind. Got the same time as I do, and I knew I was different since day one. Never riding when the night fall. God smiling when the day come. I'm A1, 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 A1 for life. Come gamble, new fight. 1 hand and 2 dice. 1 hand and 2 dice. Now roll 'em. Roll 'em. Roll 'em.